I've found over the last 25 years of travelling and working with our farm-raised beautiful venison from New Zealand that chefs often question the fact that we are serving it in the summer and the spring and not only in the fall and the winter. And traditionally, of course, in classic cookery, it was only ever served in the fall and through into the winter months because it was a hunted animal. And they hunted it for the antlers, the prize antlers. The bigger the animal, the bigger the antler, and that's what the hunters were trying to get. So as a result of that, the meat was hunted only in the fall when the antlers were set hard, ready for the winter rutting season. So we have changed that because we harvest our animals all year round, and we know through scientific research, which we have done and have spent a lot of time doing over the years, we've been farming deer for now 45 years, that those animals, especially the older males, are the worst meat to eat. And the older the animal, the worse it gets because it develops more intramuscular tissue, it gets tougher, and it gets a more strong sort of gamey flavour, and that's just what we don't want. And the meat loses its sweetness. So to those that only want to use it in the fall, I'll say to you that now that this is not a hunted animal, this is carefully farm raised. It's done very, very carefully by our farmers who are very passionate about their animals and how they raise them. They're raised naturally on open green fields with a mixture of grasses and so on. And I am a farmer myself. We have to sign a contract which is legally binding to ensure the animals have only been fed natural food in the entirety of their lives. So they're not eating wild brush and stuff like that. They've got good food in front of them all year round, and therefore they're in top condition when they go to the processing plant. Preparing venison in the summer is dead easy because it's a simple meat to cook and it's a great meat to use on the barbecue. Things like Asian dishes are wonderful too because they're light and they're very healthy by nature with their lots of greens and so on. And I love to use it in all aspects of Asian cookery. I've yet to find a cuisine where this meat cannot be used because it is a neutral flavour in terms of the fact that it doesn't have any fat. So there's no fat flavour to deal with when you're cooking. So it takes on spices, it takes on different condiments, and it takes things like smoked venison are beautiful. It's really, really good in the Asian kitchen, as it is in the Mediterranean kitchen as well, and the Middle Eastern kitchen. The herbs and spices and those flavours of ginger and chilies and so on, star anise are just perfect with the meat. And some of the dishes that I really enjoy cooking most of all are this light summer spring dishes. I tend to not have a seasonal sort of attitude to venison at all now. I just cook whatever suits the meat and suits the kind of situation I'm in. And it's a wonderful meat to make for appetizers, and I particularly like it at home. I probably eat more of it in the summer off the barbecue than any other time of the year.